Waiting game time. Two people. Who's that? Unknown Trader and Sabrina Merrick, I bet. Who is it? The Savior. Well, hello. FDT and anyone who supports his demented ass. I'm with you, brother. It's good to see you in a politics chat, by the way. Where the hell have you been, sir? I saw what you just sent me. It's fucking disgraceful. Of course, if you tell these people that, they'll just say, a couple fake news. Fake news. I don't believe it. They're allergic to facts. They don't care. If it doesn't fit their narrative, it's like, fuck you talking about. Makes me sick. Truly makes me sick. There he is. Unknown Trader, my man. Hello, people. Guys, please hit the like button. There's 8 of you so far. It's not a lot, but that could be 8 likes. I got to get better with reminding people to hit the like button and subscribing. I got to do it. I suck at that. I never fucking remember. I'll try on this show. I'll try. I should put a note right here. Hit like and subscribe. So I never forget to say it. Thanks, brother. Appreciate you, Nick. You're always here to say that. Tim Waltz has sent the National Guard to Minnesota. Yes, Tim Waltz. They are successfully handing out donuts and hot chocolate to a peacefully protesting crowd. I know. And this morning, you should have seen the douchebags on Facebook and everything. They were like, yeah, they fucking sent the National Guard to Minnesota. It's like, yeah, Tim Waltz did that, not Donald Trump. Fucko. All is peaceful. Of course it is. Until they kill somebody again, which probably won't take long. Didn't they shoot another woman today or some shit? Unbelievable, man. Unfucking believable. $14 people. Hit the like button, please. Jump in the chat whenever you're ready. And subscribe also. Should I read that? Hey, now? ICE is sexually abusing and torturing males in their custody by grabbing and bursting their testicles, according to the ACLU and The Guardian. Guys, I got something in my throat. It will not let me stop coughing. I've been coughing for about 20 fucking minutes now, but I'm doing my best. John Edward, you are correct. They are two different things. No freaking ZD now. They just want to take credit for anything Tim Waltz sent the National Guard, not Donald Trump, Tim Waltz. Yep. Troll Slayer's back. Hello, Troll Slayer. Oh, you friends with Tia Fireball, Troll Slayer? I believe you're on the list. You tell me. Yeah, I need something, Vic. Oh, shit. Oh, yeah. Now, listen, man, I can't help it. I got to do one of these shows, That happens when the sheriff makes all the thugs in town his deputies. Yeah, I know. Bruh, they're doing what to what? You didn't hear that? Apparently. I mean, it's exactly what I read. I don't even want to say it again. I really don't. Victor is talking about minors in the chat. Where do you see that? You talking about this Victor? Victor Falls? I don't see anybody talking about minors in the chat. 2 white people killed by ICE. You talking about Renee and Alex, or two more? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what she meant by that, or whoever it was. She, he. I love hobby horsing. Is that right? Ash Vanilla Therian? Got it. No minor, I'm 47. Yeah, there you go. You're my age. I'm 46. A little older than me. How are you going to know when a cosplay comes up? What do you mean? What kind of cosplay? I'm looking to buy some Coke. Can you hook me up? Years ago, Mark. Yeah, I could have, but not anymore. Not anymore. I guess that's what you coming in to insult me because I said I have a record with Coke sale on it. Yeah, I'm the devil. You're right. Nobody. I mean, who would ever fucking sell cocaine or do cocaine? That's insane. I'm the only person, without a doubt. What's up? Shout out to the UK, Lord Snooty. I like the name. President of Honduras will hook you up. Yeah, yeah. If you're looking for Coke, Donald Trump just recently pardoned the ex-president of Honduras who trafficked 400 tons of cocaine into this country. So maybe he can get you something. The cosplay ice person. I don't know. You mean if somebody just pretends to be one and just starts fucking people up or something? I love MTG Magic the Gathering to clarify, not Marjorie Taylor Greene. Good. Hey, he can now. He has been pardoned. Yeah, now he can. Everything is a distraction from the Epstein files. Everything, bro. This shit in Minnesota, the fucking Venezuela thing, Greenland, and that horse shit, everything. That's all it is, man. You know what's funny? It's shocking that people haven't figured this out because even all right, I'm with you on that, Ice Agent for YouTube. What was I gonna say? Oh, Steve Bannon. I mean, he said this. I could probably find the clip. He said that that's what he trained Trump to do, basically, and that's what their strategy has always been: throw 100 crazy things out there a day. Whatever it takes to take their focus off of what you're really doing. You know what I mean? And that's what they do. It's just like the Epstein files. The heat was on, man. Biggest presidential scandal in history, hands down. What they do? Invaded Venezuela. That's all. Simple as that. You know what I mean? Then it was the Greenland horse shit. Now it's this. That's what they do, man. That's what they do. It's a shame. It's a shame that people fall for it because the media should all said, no. We're not moving on to the next thing until we take care of this first. You know what I mean? We're going to stick with the Epstein files. We're not going to let it go, but nope. Let me see. Trump is perfect for America and the world. I believe that you believe that. I do. Our media in UK is not bossed by Trump, so we can see this. Yeah, you guys. That's the thing. Like sometimes people give their opinions from other countries and continents, whatever, and people tell them, "What do you know about American politics and shit?" But you guys know a lot. You see it, and you don't have. I don't know. I mean, do you guys have fucktards over there that fight in this guy's defense that will argue with you and shit in his defense? I wonder. You must, right? Yeah. Vic, listen, I'm not suggesting that, just to make that clear, because the feds do watch me, I'm pretty sure. Distraction yet, but not from the distraction, yes, but not from the files. Why do you say so, Mom Handle? The files are a distraction. No. Here we go. Let me guess, Mom Handle. You don't believe that Donald Trump's in the files? Trump has been hiding all day. I wonder what kind of distraction you're going to have tomorrow to play with these people's heads. There'll be something. Oh, shit. Here we go again. I'm watching an anti-protest. And you, what you got for me today, Democrat? I don't know. We'll see where this goes, Godsoil. Admit it, you're a commie-crat. Admit that you're a treasonous, cock-sucking follower. You first. Agree with Epstein. The rest is straight. Trump is perfect for oligarchs, just like his best buddy Putin. Yeah, no shit. Why will MAGA not unite against the whole billionaire class? Honest question. I watched this thing earlier. It was called The Wage of Whiteness or something. It was this psychiatrist lady or psychologist or something, and she talked about how you know the Republicans basically have mastered making poor people, because they're never going to give poor people any type of there's never going to be a real wage increase. There's never going to be any real money thrown their way. It's always going to go to the richest people. And so instead of paying them in money, they basically pay them in status, and they make them feel as if just by being white, they're elites themselves. So that's why the Republicans always give bitter, angry white people someone to look down upon. Trans people, gay people, Mexicans, black people, Muslims, anything. Uh, that's what they do. And it makes perfect sense because it really is true. I mean, LBJ said, if you can make the best or the worst white man feel better than the best colored man, he'll never notice you're picking his pocket. He said, hell, if you can give him someone to look down upon, he'll empty his pockets for you. And I believe it's true. I think that's why. I think, look, if you look, I posted a short like an hour or two ago on my channel where I talk about that, how the poorest people in this country get a boner for billionaires getting another tax cut. And meanwhile, most of these situations, those working people, those poor people, their taxes are being increased. So the richest people's taxes are decreased. And they love it. It's almost like they feel like they're one of them or something. I don't know. Plus, they don't know a lot. So all Trump has to say is, hey, I lowered your taxes. And they're like, fuck it. He lowered my taxes. It's awesome, man. Meanwhile, the richest people are getting a tax increase, and then people making $30,000 or a tax decrease. I'm sorry. And then people making $30,000 or less are getting a 74% increase in their taxes. I mean, it's just, it's a combination of stupidity, ignorance, and I think there's a desperation to be part of something. I really do. And now they feel like they're part of something. They think they can relate to people like Elon and Jeff Bezos and Trump, and that those guys can relate to them back. I mean, it's truly unbelievable that to even think that Trump cares about them is mind blowing for them to think that. I mean, I agree. Get down towards the bottom. Meanwhile, I haven't received my tax return for a few years. Why not, Mom Handle? All you guys think about is the left versus right are dead wrong. Left and right in DC are on the same side against you. Well, Ray, listen, I'm with you on that to an extent, but it's never been like this. The two sides are complete and total polar opposites. There's nothing similar about the two sides anymore. And even though the Democrats will always be corrupt to an extent, you got one side whose main priority is forgiving student loans and negotiating prescription drug prices so they're cheaper for the citizens, and giving people, the $50,000 to start a new business, $25,000 to buy a new home. They want to expand Medicare. They maybe possibly universal health care, so everybody in this country, just like everybody in every other civilized country, could have health insurance. That's what one party is focused on. The other party is focused on making the rich richer, hurting poor people in any way possible, including disabled people, senior citizens, veterans, and just torture, basically killing people in broad daylight in the fucking street for no reason, taking away health care from people, raising taxes on the poorest people, stuff like that. I mean, there's no similarity whatsoever, none. I've said it before, nothing in my life has been getting better, and I voted for this guy twice. I feel ashamed and lost as a common man. When is it going to get better, man? I don't know, but Johnny D, I give you all the credit in the world for saying that, because you're proof that not all Trump supporters are cult members. Because let me tell you, Johnny D, none of these people in this chat that are defending him and will defend him to the death, nothing's getting better in their lives either. But they will tell you shit's getting better all fucking day just so they can keep defending him. You got to tell me what I'm lying about first. Truth hurts. Okay. All right. Don't actually bring up a lie. Just keep saying that I'm full of shit. That's what you guys do. Yeah. The poorest people don't have taxes raised on them. It's bullshit. You got to look more into the big, beautiful bill. You don't know enough about it. It's 100% true. They're getting a tax increase while the richest people are getting a tax decrease. It's true. Smart people don't like him. Yeah, that's what he said. He was right. They expect the politician to save them when Jesus is the only savior. Who does? Liberty Bell. You talking about Democrats? Because you're out of your fucking mind. It's you guys that have been sitting around for years and years waiting for a guy you called Daddy Trump to save you in some way. Remember, whether it was the coal miners, whether it was people in the hills of Alabama and shit who can't seem to find a job or make ends meet, whether it was something you're looking for as far as some cultural issue you don't like. Oh my God, please come help us get rid of the horrible trans people. Oh my God, get the Mexicans out of here because they're taking my jobs and I can't live a good life because of them. It's you constantly blaming your problems on everybody else and then praying that Daddy Trump will come save you. It's disgusting, quite frankly. It is. We ain't waiting on nobody to do shit. I've never needed anything from a politician. I don't care. No, they're not, James Fox. I'll tell you what's responsible for a second Trump. Democrats are pussies. It's as simple as that. Democrats are pussies. Yeah, Joe the plumber. If they wanted to, if Joe Biden was really, out for Trump like they claim he was, him and Merrick Garland could have made it so that there was never a second Trump presidency. But they didn't. They're pussies. Here we go again. Giggity, giggity. The Democrat Party has allowed millions of non-Americans into this country that not only defraud America, but also murder them. Crap party. Really? What percentage of murders are committed by illegal immigrants? And just out of curiosity, when you say the Democratic Party has allowed millions of non-Americans in, you're telling me that they opened gates basically and they said, come on in, and nobody was getting deported. Nobody was getting turned away at the border. Nothing like that was happening. Everybody illegal was just allowed into the country. And as far as defrauding America, how so? Are you one of those people that thinks illegal immigrants can vote? Or what? Or do you think they can get welfare and stuff? Which one is it? Curious. Both probably, right? No, they weren't corrupt. How were they corrupt? Tell me how they were corrupt, dickhead. You mean the Biden, the president, who put Garland in place so that Garland could fucking eventually try and convict Joe Biden's own son? Are you out of your fucking mind? What was corrupt? Don't just say they were corrupt. Tell me how. When I say shit about Trump, I get specific. You guys, it's just like when you say you're lying, and then I'll say about what? You're like, you're full of shit. Well, what did I lie about? You're a fucking idiot. Well, you know what I mean? Don't just say they were corrupt. Tell us how. And tell us how, if they were so corrupt, Donald Trump is not prosecuting the living shit out of them right now. Tell me. Yeah, I know. Guys, do me a favor. I'm going to ask you for a favor on this show, and I usually don't do this. I'll always ask for likes and subs. I'm asking you seriously, if you're on the good guys' side, if you're anti-Trump, if you know Trump's a scumbag, please hit the like button now and subscribe. But also, I got to get better with doing this. These channels need money to run. Anybody who doesn't like me can say whatever they want about this. I don't care. Every small channel like this, they do live streams, they get super chats, cash apps. I would appreciate if you guys would super chat maybe some of your comments. This way, you'll be contributing to the show and you'll also get a shout out and get your comment read and all that. It would mean a lot to me because eventually I got to start, working on making money on here. And also, while I'm at it, even though this probably won't get me anywhere, I'm going to throw this in the chat. All right. Yeah, Dems are the weak at the Mo. Even Obama's latest statement was weak. The Mo? You mean at the moment? What? Dems are always weak. I swear to God, I'm convinced that Dems are only in the position they're in, like they're only elected and shit and funded by whoever funds their campaigns and stuff, just so they can back down to Republicans. It's like it's their job, you know? Is that right? That's terrible. Democrats are corrupt. They pick the wrong issues and they're finished. Liberty Bell. They're corrupt and they pick the wrong issues. Would it be too much to ask for you to tell me what makes them corrupt and what wrong issues did they pick? Because I have a feeling I know what you'll say. Trans stuff, this and that. Kamala Harris never, not one time during her campaign, probably 50 rallies, interviews, everything, never mentioned the trans issue. Never. No Democrats run on any type of trans issues, nothing like that. The fact that you guys think that they allowed people into the country, you're fucking stupid. Do you even know about the bipartisan border bill that Joe Biden tried to make happen to fund ICE and more funding for customs and border control and fucking more judges to speed along the asylum process and deportations and everything else? That was shot down by Donald Trump because Donald Trump doesn't care about the border. He just wanted the border to run on. I mean, do you even know about any of that shit? You don't even know what issues did Democrats run on? Tell me. Oh, yeah, there's another douchebag. Yeah, Junior. I'm going to tell everybody how Kamala sucked her way to the top. So she was a well-educated woman and went to Howard University and graduated so she could be something in life. At one point, she was with a guy. She didn't have an affair with him. She was with a guy for about a year named Willie Brown. About 11 years after him and his wife separated, and his wife he was separated from had no problem with it. She was friends with Kamala. Years later, Kamala became a prosecutor. Okay. After that, every single position she ever got, she was elected to, not appointed to. So district attorney, attorney general, U.S. senator, vice president. So apparently she sucked off tens of millions of people that voted for her. Yeah. Yeah. You think that way probably because JR, wherever your wife or daughter are in life, they probably sucked their way to that. 20 million illegals in 4 years. Again, Jim Bob Jones, go get me the credible source that 20 million illegals were allowed into this country, because there is literally zero evidence that amount of illegals, when you look it up, when you research it, they don't even have a number. There's no, but I'll tell you what they say now. About 14 million are in this country as we speak. 14 million. Now, I'm assuming you think there was zero before Biden's term. He ran it up to 20, and now Trump has deported 6 million in the last year. That's what you have to think for what you're saying to be fucking true. There's no 20 million. There was never any 20 million. You guys come in here every day. It's 10 million, 20, 30, 40. I've seen 50 million. You guys say they let 50 million illegals into the country. You're out of your fucking minds. You literally just pull numbers out of your ass. Show me the credible source that 20 million people came into this country illegally under the 4 years Biden was in office. You're an idiot. They didn't do anything to try to control the border crisis. They made the border crisis. The vice president didn't even go to the BAM border, not one time. Why does she have to? What does the vice president going to the border? You guys always say that, but you can never tell me what it means. Like, if she went to the border, what would have taken place? Just out of curiosity. You got to go to the border. They tried the bipartisan border bill. Okay, let me explain this to you. So Joe Biden and Kamala wanted the bipartisan border bill that was, put together, authored by both Democrats and Republicans. All the Republicans agreed upon it. Of course they did, because they helped write it. Everything in it, they agreed on. So did the Democrats. Donald Trump told the Republicans, do not fix the border. Do not vote for this bill, because I need it to run on. And he did, because if it wasn't for the border, we would have President Kamala Harris in office right now. He needed it. If you don't believe me, let's listen to Fox News and some leading Republicans.
The problem is the Republicans, not the Democrats. We know how the Democrats are going to vote. It's too many of my Republican colleagues are unwilling to vote to secure the border.
First, there was an effort to make law, which requires you to deal with Democrats. And then our nominee for president didn't seem to want us to do anything at all. That took months.
Everybody who comes on this floor and says our border's broken, we should do something about it, you're absolutely right. And unfortunately, we didn't get there. President Trump opposed a Senate bill. We couldn't find a better way forward that would get 60 votes.
It was painful to be able to watch. It got stirred up in all the presidential politics, and several of my colleagues started looking for ways after President Trump said, don't fix anything during the presidential election. It's the single biggest issue during the election. Don't resolve this.
That's on Donald Trump, Senator, not Democrats.
Right.
There you go. And you probably didn't even know about that because you don't know much of anything. But that was Biden's attempt at fixing the border and Congress too. And Trump said no because he doesn't care, guys. He doesn't give a shit about the fucking border. Okay. He needed your votes. That's it. He needed your fucking votes. So he needed that border issue to run on. Otherwise, he would have never stood a chance of winning. He only won to Kamala by 2 million votes. Kamala only had 107 days to run. He had years to run. So if he didn't have that issue, he'd have been fucked. So that's what happened when Biden tried to fix the border. So shut the fuck up. Guys, do me a favor. There's 185 of you. Please hit the like button and subscribe. It's very, very important. Take a second to do that now if you wouldn't mind. I got a goal tonight for how many subs I'd like to get. So I need your help. Anybody who thinks I'm doing good work here, fighting against evil, please hit the like and subscribe. I don't care about the bad guys. I don't care what you guys do. Trumpstein only cares about ballrooms and protecting pedos. Yes. Everyone got played by Trump this time around. America is last and Israel is first in his eyes. Same with Vance. Well, I'd say the people that voted for him got played. You know, we knew what he was going to do. So why did Biden admin do away with the rapid DNA test? I don't even know what you're talking about. What do you mean the rapid DNA test? Can you be more specific? I think I know what you're talking about, in which case you're not going to like the answer. That doesn't even make sense. Why would Trump, who wasn't president, have anything to do with it? Jeremy Jones, you know you're not just taking it from me, right? You just took it from Fox News, your trusted source. You took it from Lindsey fucking Graham. I mean, because Donald Trump is the leader of the Republican Party and has been since 2015. And all he's got to do is put out a tweet and he could ruin any Republican politician's career in an instant. They do whatever he says. You just heard the Republicans on Fox News say it. You're not just hearing me say it. It is a fact. It is not my opinion that Donald Trump made Republicans shoot down that border bill even after they authored it and agreed upon everything in it. He told them, do not fix it. So the Republicans that are, that are fucking on his nutsack and can't have a political future without him, they said, okay, we're not voting for it. Simple as that. Trump called the shots. Even when he wasn't in office, he called the shots. Let me get down here. Clemente Gonzalez, $2. We need some justice from Minneapolis. I'm sorry. I agree. Thank you very much for the $2. It means a lot to me that you donated. Why didn't Obama and Biden release the files? Truth hurts. Let me point something out. And if you deny that this is the stupidest fucking thing a person could say, then you're stupider than I thought. So you just took Obama, who was president from 2009 to 2017. And then Biden, who was president from 2001 or 2021 to 2025, and asked why they didn't release the files. And you completely skipped the president that was president from 2017 to 2021. So how can you possibly ask why didn't Biden or Obama release the files without asking why didn't Trump release the files? And all that proves is your insane bias. You don't even care why Trump didn't release them. Trump's your guy. You're only worried about the Democrats. Yes, exactly. And Trump has the power right now. You're going to completely ignore that not only did he not do it in his first term, but we're over a year into his second term, and he still hasn't, not only hasn't, but refuses to the point where they're now arguing that no judge in the US can force them to release the files? Why do they have to be forced? Why did we have to come up with the Epstein Files Transparency Act? Why? When Trump could release them anytime he wants. Truth Hurts. I believe I'm answering your question. And don't tell me what to fucking do. I'll just block the shit out of you. I don't need you here. I hope you know that. You're not going to disrespect me here, fuckface. So why didn't Obama release the files? Was there any call for Obama to release the files? First of all, which files? Because you do know that the big bust with Ghislaine and everything wasn't even until 2019. So it's very confusing when you ask me that. Do you mean the files that we all already knew about from the case in 2006 or whatever it was, or the civil suit in 2009? What are you even referring to? What files? What files? Because the shit that we're talking about now is stuff that happened after that. The Epstein file, not just that happened after that, but I mean the stuff that was found taken by the Justice Department from the raids and shit from the bust in 2019. That's the majority of the files. So what was Obama supposed to release, just out of curiosity? And again, how can you ask that without asking? Guys, I want a Trump supporter to say, how come Trump didn't release the Epstein files? Because you're out of your fucking mind. Donald Trump was in office when all this happened. Donald Trump was in office when Jeffrey Epstein died. I mean, are you fucking insane? And by the way, Donald Trump is in office right now. You guys are the most disingenuous people in the world. If you want to know why the Epstein files aren't released, you'd have to include his first and his second term. Guys, 232 people, do me a favor, please hit the like and subscribe. Very important. Take a second to do that now if you can. Hit like and subscribe. And if you wouldn't mind, throw a super chat into the mix. And subscribe, guys, because I do these shows all the time. So if you like what you're watching, you'll see a lot more of it. I can't say that on YouTube, Jam 9762. Trump actually turned in Epstein a long time ago. Why are you still trying this garbage? That's what I mean. The Hoove. He did not in any way, shape, or form. And you can't find me proof of that right now because it doesn't exist. Donald Trump never turned in Epstein. You guys literally made that up. You made it up. That did not happen. Trump never said he did. Mike Johnson made a comment that Trump was an informant against Epstein. And that's because he was just trying to save his ass because it was obvious Trump was releasing the Epstein files. And then he had to come out the next day and retract his statement and say, I'm sorry, he wasn't an informant. So what are you talking about? Sabrina Merrick, 149 super sticker. Thank you, Sabrina. Lesser of two evils. How so, Bill? Tell me how Trump is less evil than Kamala. Trump is doing exactly what he said he would do, build a wall and mandatory deportation and draining the swamp masters artistic rats. Okay. Anyway, building the wall. All right. He said Mexico would pay for it and all that. That's happening. Gotcha. Mandatory deportation. I don't know what you mean by mandatory deportation. It's just deportation. Draining the swamp. He literally filled the swamp with so many people who have been accused of sexual assault and are some of the most corrupt people in America. He put Linda McMahon in charge of the Department of Education, even though she has no degree in education. She's completely unqualified, but she did give him $1 million. He put Pete Hegseth, a Fox News host, in charge of our goddamn fucking military. Kash Patel and Dan Bongino, podcasters, in charge of the fucking FBI. I mean, you're an asshole. And he promised he'd lower grocery prices on day one. Grocery prices are up. He said he'd lower energy on day one. Utilities are up. He said he would lower unemployment. Unemployment has been the highest. It is currently the highest it's been since 2021 in COVID. His jobs numbers are horrendous. He lost jobs 4 months out of the last 6 months. He lost 110,000 jobs just in fucking October. What are you talking about? He said he'd end the Russia-Ukraine conflict on day one. What is he doing that he promised? Oh, he's just deporting people. Gotcha. Yeah, that's all he's doing. Soto, $5. Thank you, Soto. I appreciate you guys doing this. It does mean a lot to me, believe me. Bobby Barbarian, $4.99. I support Donald Trump because a pal is a wonderful thing. Oh, that lot nice. The birthday card to Epstein, yes. Empires often fall. Okay, anyway. Did he, though, because he last said that the victims didn't honor any merit to meet him? I'm not sure what you're talking about, but if Trump says anything, you shouldn't believe it. If Trump says the sky is blue, you should go out and check. Okay? Because this is a guy who lied 30,000 fucking times in his first term, and 284 days of that term were spent playing golf. 30,000 verifiable false statements and misleading claims. Nothing he says should matter. And I believe he refused to meet with the victims. So. You, the white man, would continue to be replaced by Somalis. Gotcha. Guys, do me a favor. Hit the like and subscribe. Take a second and do it. It's very important. I got a sub goal for the day, so please sub. It would mean a lot to me. And of course, eventually, do what some of these wonderful people are doing. Send a super chat into the mix. I am working here to entertain you. Oh, look, we're getting some subs. Keep going, guys, please. No, he is not releasing things he said he would. No, he's not. And that's another thing. He said he'd release the Epstein files. You guys talk about why didn't Biden release them? Why didn't Obama release them? Yet there's only one guy who ran on releasing the Epstein files, and that's Donald Trump. And in February of this year, Pam Bondi told you the Epstein list is on my desk. I got to go through all the files. Then in July, they came out and said, there ain't no files. There ain't no list. But in May, Pam Bondi sat Trump down and said, you're all over the files. And they assigned 1,000 FBI agents to redact his name. Almost a year later, and it's still not redacted. That's how much his name is in the files. So they passed a law, the Epstein Files Transparency Act, that was forced basically by Democrats. And the deadline was December 19th to release all the Epstein files unredacted. They released 12,000 out of 2 million pages. 75% of them are redacted. And they missed their deadline, January 2nd, where they had to explain in court any redactions that were made. So you guys, if you cared about the Epstein files, your only question would be not about the past, not about why Obama didn't release them, not about why Trump didn't release them in his first term, not about Biden. Only about the guy who currently has the power to release them with the snap of a finger anytime he wants, but he refuses to the point where now they're even fighting the law that they passed to release the files. Faithful Giver, $1.99. How do you not have HBP, dealing with ignorant people? High blood pressure? I do. Faithful Giver, thank you for the $1.99. Sometimes I feel like my fucking head's going to explode when I'm done. These are the most ignorant people ever to disgrace the United States of America. I mean, truly, they know nothing. And the shit they do know is false. It's all misinformation. We voted for everything Trump's doing. So you voted for higher unemployment. You voted for higher prices in groceries. You voted for higher utility prices, higher rents, higher mortgages, stuff like that. All right. Listen, at least you admit it. Yeah, right. Tim, please. You don't even know anything about the two administrations. For Christ's sake. I mean, if I asked you your favorite piece of legislation that was passed under Trump, you'd say border or trans. You don't even know anything. Trump gave us higher prices. He did. Higher prices are higher than they were under Biden. He said he'd bring them down. Unemployment is not down. It's 4.6 fucking percent. It's the highest it's been since 2021. Biden brought unemployment down to 3.4 fucking percent, a 54-year low. It's 4.6 now. He did. I support him getting paid. We all hate Trump. I support him getting paid. Who you mean getting paid? I don't know. Why won't even keep on topic? Because you want a one-liner in your favor, then you move on. Wow, that's well written. Crypto, I read the comments and I respond to the comments. So if I'm on a topic and then I read a comment and the topic changes, is that because I changed it or because the comment happens to be about a different topic? Yeah, that's it. Gas and eggs. Eggs are lower too. That's it. Everything else is higher, substantially higher. I mean, food isn't up a ton, but it's up. Utilities are way fucking up. Way up. Who hired a lot of government employees? Oh, is that what we're going to hear about Biden again? Yeah, God forbid you gave him credit for the fact that he created 16.6 million jobs right after Trump lost 2.5 million. If 4 times more than the last 4 Republican presidents combined, Biden created. So you just say they were all government jobs, which of course they weren't. The fucking the Inflation Reduction Act alone created 750,000 manufacturing fucking jobs. Then there's the Chips and Science Act and everything else. My man, this is my favorite Trump supporter right here. Michael Hensley, $9.99. All my Trump supporters, let's show these libtards who runs this shit match. Thank you, Michael. I don't think they're going to donate, but thank you very much for that, brother. He wants you to match his donation, guys. Anybody who's willing to. This is a good man right here, Trump supporter or not. He's a military man and a great friend. Biden sucks. He raised all prices up 50%. Not true. So it's not true what you just said, or it's not true what I said, because if you believe Biden raised all prices up 50%, then that's like you saying that a car that was $30,000 under Trump became $60,000 as soon as Biden took office. Or would it be 45,000? Whatever. You got to be out of your fucking mind to believe that. That's entirely untrue. That's literally just a number you pulled out of your ass, and you couldn't find me one credible source of that right now. Sure. Tell me what. Don't say I'm telling lies. Tell me what I'm lying about. Yeah, well, listen. She when she testified in front of Congress, she gave a lot of things away. She fucked up. Like they asked her. Jeffrey Epstein said there's a picture of Trump with young girls, undressed young girls who are laughing at some wet stain he has on his fucking pants. And they asked Pam Bondi, do you have that picture? Does the Department of Justice have it? And she refused to answer. She stayed silent. She just stared. Because if she would have said no, because they have it, there's no doubt. Because if they didn't have it, she would just say no, right? But she wouldn't answer because she would have had to have lied, and then she would have been under oath when she did it, and that's fucking perjury. Guys, please hit the like button and subscribe. It's very important. It would be kind of like this.
Have you ever had a personal relationship with Donald Trump?
What do you mean by personal relationships?
Have you socialized with him?
Yes, sir.
Yes?
Yes, sir.
Have you ever socialized with Donald Trump in the presence of females under the age of 18?
Though I'd like to answer that question, at least today, I'm going to have to assert my 5th, 6th, and 14th Amendment rights, sir.
It's funny. The first question he had no problem answering, but when it came to being with Trump and minors in their presence, I gotta plead the 5th. And who one time said, I remember this one guy, he said that anybody who pleads the 5th is guilty. Do any of you guys remember who said that? There was a guy who said anybody who ever pleads the 5th is guilty. Who is that guy again? I can't remember his name. Maybe one of you guys will remember. I know one of you will get it. Trump said that. Exactly. Donald Trump said. But by the way, Donald Trump has pled the fifth hundreds of times in depositions and shit. He once said anybody who pleads the fifth is guilty. Now, Jeffrey Epstein wouldn't answer that question. Why not? Why do you think? When I played that the other day, they said, somebody said, well, they could have been and maybe they were in the company of somebody that was underage, but like they weren't doing anything wrong. Well, if that was the case, he would just say, well, yeah, there was this one time we were in the company of this person. She was 14 years old, but she was here for this or that. You know what I'm saying? If you're not guilty, if you didn't do anything wrong with the minors, why wouldn't you just admit, yeah, we were in the presence of his son Barron one time when he was 12, something like that. I mean, how come you thought the list was fake during Trump's first term? Nobody thought the list was fake, Kay Miller. What happened was you guys who are naturally conspiracy theory minded, because you have a larger right amygdala in your brain, makes you more susceptible to fear. You guys who think everything is a conspiracy swore that list contained the names of all the Democrats who were part of a huge cabal of Democrat elites who ran this mega fucking pedo ring. And nobody believed that conspiracy theory. That's it. It's not anybody didn't believe that there was a list or that it was real. It's that nobody believed your stupid fucking narrative. You know, kind of like now we have evidence to prove it's actually Republicans and mainly Trump in those files. And you guys don't believe that, right? Except you don't believe that based on your bias, not based on any proof or anything. Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, well, that's all they can do. Epstein didn't want to get sued for libel. That's why. How would he have gotten sued for libel? Explain that to me. I'll listen. Explain it to me. If he would have answered the question honestly, and they did nothing wrong with any minors in their presence, how would he get sued for libel again? Trump hasn't sued anyone who has accused him and Jeff of rape due to opening up exploration. 100% Satan's a little helper. That motherfucker, Elon said he's in the files, didn't sue Elon. You know, all the people that have said stuff about him being on the list, and he didn't sue. Katie Johnson accused him of raping her when she was 13. He didn't sue Katie Johnson. Isn't that funny? The guy that sues over everything. If a news network edits an interview like they do with every interview, he sues them. But he didn't sue anybody over that insane, what would be, if it was untrue, defamation of character. Nope. Wonder why. He sued Stephanopoulos for nothing that had to do with the files. We're talking about people that accused him of being in the files. He never sued. Stephanopoulos, and by the way, they would have won. What was it, ABC or whatever network it was? They would have won that. They did simply bowed down to him and gave him $16 million because he threatened to take their broadcast license away 1 million times. So they figured, let's keep this fucktard happy and just give him some money. Stephanopoulos did not lie. The judge in that case, where Trump was in fact found civilly liable for sexual assault, said this is equal to him being found guilty in a criminal court of rape. So calling him a rapist is not defamation of character. It's 100% true. You resemble George Soros? I couldn't tell you. I've never seen the guy in my life, but I'm pretty sure he's about 50 years older than me. So how would he have been sued? You can't be sued. How would you be sued if you were in the presence of underage girls? If my stepson has his girlfriend over, she's 14 years old, I can be sued for having her in my presence. What in the fuck are you talking about? It's so you'll twist yourselves into knots just to not say the obvious thing. Oh, he obviously did some fucked up shit with minors in the presence of Trump, and he just isn't going to admit that because he would be incriminating himself. So he says, I plead the fifth. You're the guy that will say, I knew it was Democrats when it comes out. No, I won't, because it's not. I mean, there's probably Democrats in there, but Kay Miller, I don't give a shit. Democrats, there's no politician I worship. I don't give a fuck. If you hurt a child, you should go to prison. Obama, Biden, anybody. But no, I won't. You're talking like just disingenuous people who will lie just so they seem like they knew something. No. The Democrats, Kay Miller, and I'm sure you don't know this, but they are the only reason the law, the Epstein Files Transparency Act, was passed. Okay. So that tells me the Democrats are not as worried as the Republicans and Trump who are currently covering it up. Okay. Simple as that. In July, or in June, when Trump came out and Kash Patel and Dan Bongino and Pam Bondi and said there are no files, pulled the wool over your eyes again, Democrats right away got to work trying to force a vote on the House floor to release the files. So Mike Johnson shut down Congress. Then he opened it up again for a couple of weeks. Again, they tried to force a vote. So he shut it down for another 50 fucking days during the whole government shutdown. Remember that? Yeah. And then they needed 218 signatures on the discharge petition that would have forced the vote on the House floor. 214 of the people that signed were Democrats. 4 people were Republicans. And Donald Trump threatened several of those Republicans to not sign it or to take their name off the petition, like Lauren Boebert and Marjorie Taylor Greene and stuff. He called it an act of hostility if you sign that petition. That petition was only in place to try to get the Epstein files released. They needed 218th signature. I guess they had 213 Democrats, 4 Republicans. They needed one more. So this lady, Adelita Grijalva, she got elected to the House in Arizona. Okay. And she was going to be that 218th signature. So fucking this motherfucker, Mike Johnson, made her wait 50 days to swear her in because he did everything in his power to stall so that they wouldn't have to vote on the Epstein Files Transparency Act. So it was the Democrats that are responsible for any law even being in fucking place. Don't get me wrong. It was a Democrat and a Republican, Ro Khanna and Thomas Massie, who authored the discharge petition. But out of 218 people who signed that petition to release the files, 4 of them were Republicans. And they called Lauren Boebert. Trump called Lauren Boebert into a private meeting and practically begged her. She even came out and talked about it to take her name off the petition. And she said no. He threatened Marjorie Taylor Greene and she said no. So literally the proof is everywhere that Trump is going out of his way to stop those files from being released. And you guys are like, yeah, I don't think he's in them. I don't think who's he protecting then? Who's he protected? Which Wall Street lawsuit? He sued the Wall Street Journal, buddy, for Epstein defamation, sued for billions. You're wrong again. Oh, yeah, that's right. Behavior Bender. You got a point. Yeah. And it's basically dropped, Natty. You dummy. Thanks for bringing that up. Yeah. Do you know what happened in that, Natty? Donald Trump agreed not to do depositions. I'm pretty sure the whole thing is dead at this point. He didn't want to do a deposition, Trump. You know that? You don't even know that, do you, Natty? He sued the Wall Street. Go check what's up with the Wall Street Journal lawsuit and come back to me. I'll wait. I'll be here. Don't worry. I'm so glad when you guys bring shit up that proves you wrong. It's so fucking hilarious. Problem is, you've been told Trump started his base. Base was there 4 decades waiting for someone to say the quiet part out loud. I mean, if you mean that there's been fucktards in this country who have been waiting to vote against their own best interest yet again for 4 decades, I believe that. The quiet part out loud, though, I mean, what, Mexicans are rapists? That's what you like, right? Like anything Trump ever says is fucking true. Which quiet part did he say out loud? I'm curious. You got to ask yourself, the Democrats had full control. If they wanted to bury Trump, why didn't they release the file? Oh, God. Because Ghislaine Maxwell was convicted under Joe Biden, immediately appealed her case, and her case was on appeal until fucking February of 2025. They couldn't release the files. It wasn't even fucking legal. They would have ruined the case against Ghislaine Maxwell. She would have gone free. All the litigation against Prince Andrew and everything, that would have been all fucked up. You don't even know the answers. And then you say you got to ask yourself, no, we don't, because we already know the answer. And by the way, Chris G, if that's your thing, why didn't Trump release them? Well, according to you guys, for 4 fucking years, those files were filled with Democrats. Filled. Why didn't Trump release them? He had them before the 2020 election. Why didn't he release them? You don't want to ask that question, right? Why not? Because according to you, Biden could have. So then why couldn't Trump have? I'll wait. You guys are desperate to ask that question and not ask it about Trump too is the most disingenuous bullshit I've ever heard. John Rodriguez, $5. Facts, brothers, state them facts to these brain dead MAGA morons. I'm trying, John. Thank you very much for contributing. It really, really does mean a lot to me. Trump put Maxwell in a cushy prison because he loves pedos. Well, it was very simple. Ghislaine Maxwell is the one that sent that birthday card to the Wall Street Journal. I bet you any amount of fucking money. That was a signal to him that if you don't do something for me, I'm going to spill the fucking beans. So he then sent Todd Blanche, his ex-criminal defense attorney, and now deputy attorney general, to the prison she was in to make a deal with her. You know, you say on tape that Trump didn't do anything wrong and we'll put you in a nice cushy prison. And before he leaves office, you'll get a pardon. So as soon as that meeting was over, she got moved to a prison she's not even allowed to be in by BOP rules because they don't allow sex traffickers in minimum security prisons like that in the federal system. And that's where she is now. And the warden helps her with her emails and she's got it made. Anybody does anything to her, talks shit about her, they get in trouble. She's got the run of the place because of Trump, because she has the dirt on him. No doubt. Maxwell was just testimony. There were 3 different judges that wouldn't release the just the testimony, not the files. But even that now is allowed to be released, and they haven't done it. A judge said release it. The birthday card is a part of the Epstein estate, not the FBI investigation. Yeah. And that birthday card has been proven to be real. I mean, there's no question that it's real. He was saying all that perverted shit to Epstein. You know what I mean? That's sick shit. Trump does not want to be deposed in any lawsuit because everything he says he will be held accountable for. Use your heads, people. Yeah, that's why the Wall Street Journal lawsuit went nowhere, because it was deposition time and Trump can't do a deposition. Not about that shit, because he's guilty of Epstein shit. There's no question. Even the judge for confidential things is not in every state the same. That was only in the state of Florida. I'm not sure exactly what you're referring to, but I'm making money on here. Shut up. Hold on. What did I just get? I don't even know. What was that notification sound? Guys, please hit the like and subscribe. It's very, very important. I thought it was a Cash App or something. I don't know what that was. That's usually the Cash App sound. But Jumbo King Trump is LGBTQ. He blew Bubba. Bro, your logic is like logic conning. All right. Just make up words now. Gotcha. Sabrine Merrick, $2. MAGA comes to class unprepared. They've never been prepared, but yes, thank you. Gloria Thompson, awesome. Gifted 1 Street Smart Politics membership. You were the shit, Gloria. Thank you so much for that. Dan, you guys are really hooking me up tonight, and it means a lot to me. It does. It really does. And please hit like and subscribe too. Clinton also skipped the subpoena. Well, Clinton is probably guilty of something himself. Or Clinton's a creep too. You know what I mean? Although, I mean, Trump should be subpoenaed right along with the Clintons. But yeah, Clinton, you ain't going to get an argument from me. Scumbag too. Dems aren't obsessed with politicians. If Obama is a pedo, we'd hate him. Hate him with a fucking passion. I don't care. Democratic Party, I don't care who you are. You know, the thing with you guys is that you love this man. You adore this man. You truly see him as your savior. So there's nothing he can do that's over the line for you. It's nothing. Nothing. If you caught him in the act of molesting a child, you'd just make an excuse for why you were seeing things, or it was good for the country, or somehow because the way he did it, it was okay. I mean, that's why nobody takes you seriously. We don't think we can have an honest debate with you because we know that you guys refuse to even acknowledge reality, and you're completely and totally allergic to facts. I mean, no matter how many facts we present you with, you'll just say, no, it's not true. I played you a video of top leading Republicans saying that Trump made them shoot down the bipartisan border bill. And immediately after, you said it's not true. I mean, that's a kind of willful ignorance that you only see on the right. Truly. He was guilty. Oh, here we go. Okay. All right. Well, I already answered that 5 million times. America's first gay president is a real sexual pervert. I'm being kind calling him that fucking piece of shit. Yeah, I feel you, Robert. He is. Oh, you got the membership? That's awesome, Jake. Thank you again for that. It was so nice. The Clinton, he said, if you have something on me, oh yeah, Bill Clinton. That's another thing. Bill Clinton said, anything you have pertaining to me in the Epstein files. It was the day Trump released pictures of him and stuff. He said, release it. Anything you have, pictures of me, anything, and nothing else came out. What happened to you the other day, big boy? You just dropped off the face of the earth. Big boy, you think I'm fat, right? Okay, gotcha. I dropped off the face of the earth. How did I get back if that's the case? Do you mean in the chat when I found out that my friend died and I ended the show abruptly? Or do you mean when I was sick? Because I've been sick for quite some time. And I started to feel really badly. So I ended the live. Which one? Big boy, you're such a fucking retard. I'm tired of all the liberals having to explain everything to MAGA. I mean, you guys are truly dumb. Just lie and cry. By the way, get fucked, cunts. Brad Lang, it's amazing, man. If I counted the amount of fucking time somebody said, why didn't Biden release the files? I mean, Jesus Christ. If I had a dime for every time, I would be driving a fucking Rolls Royce right now. They are so fucking stupid. None of them actually ever look into it and say, you know what? Instead of just asking the question, I'm going to do some research and find out why he didn't. And while I'm at it, I'm going to find out why Trump didn't either, but they don't actually care. I didn't say it's about to be dismissed. I said I think it's pretty much done for. I think they're not going any further with it. I'll leave with this. You made that all up about the Wall Street Journal case about to be dismissed. Wall Street motion to dismiss was denied. Look up the depositions, Natty, and see what the status of the case is. Let's see. What's the status of the Trump Wall Street Journal lawsuit?
The lawsuit filed by Donald Trump against the Wall Street Journal, seeking $10 billion, is ongoing. It concerns a reported letter from 2003 and is being contested by the WSJ, who views it as a threat to free speech.
Yeah. And they did Donald Trump and Wall Street Journal agree to push back depositions?
Yes, lawyers for Donald Trump and media mogul Rupert Murdoch, representing the Wall Street Journal, News Corp, agreed to push back, or pause, depositions in the defamation lawsuit regarding a report on Jeffrey Epstein's birthday book.
Exactly like I told you.
According
So
to
the lawsuit,
from early August
the lawsuit is going nowhere. That's what I'm telling you. The lawsuit is going nowhere. You think that the Wall Street Journal is going to lose? Bro, that fucking birthday card was verified by so many fucking handwriting experts and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's no question that was him. That the Epstein estate had the birthday card. So if you think that's fake, you have to have convinced yourself that somebody in the year 2000 knew that about 16 years later, Donald Trump would be elected president. And you would have had to have figured out how to write his name in exactly his handwriting and write all that weird shit to Jeffrey Epstein, who Trump just happened to have been best friends with for 10 fucking years. You set it up perfectly so that someday, if Trump becomes president, it can be released. But it's all bullshit. I mean, are you out of your fucking mind? The guy wrote the birthday card. Wall Street Journal is not going to lose that lawsuit. They're not going to. You got to remember something too. They're on the same goddamn side. Wall Street Journal reported it, but it's Rupert Murdoch. It's Rupert Murdoch. So the lawsuit's going to go nowhere. I guarantee you. It's exactly what I told you. I told you they pushed it back, and they pushed it back. The depositions. Trump does not want a deposition. There's an email Epstein says to Maxwell, Trump's the dog that didn't bark. Maxwell perjured herself with that statement. Yep, that's what he should. Yeah, I can. What's T. Slay have to say? He's a shit talker. Natty stopped Trump distractions from Epstein files with ICE or bombing Iran or being a pirate and stealing oil or bombing Nigeria. All distractions. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know what he's. There's an email. Oh, that's Wendell. Whatever. Who gives a fuck? I gotta get to the bottom. Guys, please hit the like and subscribe. Very important. You fucking moron. You want to call me and debate me, Charles? Right now? Can you actually say since Donald Trump has been in office, your life has changed? Well, I'll tell you what. My life, to an extent, the economy has gotten worse. So when people have less money, they contribute less money to the channel. So possibly. But for the most part, no. But see, I don't just think about me. Because a lot of people's lives did change. Refusing to extend the ACA subsidies cost people their health insurance. 24 million people who most likely are going to lose it because they can't afford to pay their fucking premiums anymore. The big, beautiful bill hurt a lot of people. Hospitals are going to start closing. 350,000 nurses are going to lose their fucking jobs this year. I mean, people had to go without their food stamps. Remember, during the fucking holidays, Trump refused to release contingency funds to fund the food stamps, even though he was ordered to by 2 different fucking judges. I mean, people are losing Medicare. They're getting kicked off Medicare and Medicaid. A lot of people are fucking suffering. So it's not just me. You say Obamacare was a joke, but Linda, what's the Republican plan again? You don't even know anything. Obamacare, whether you like it or not, 24 million people who wouldn't have had health insurance did because of Obamacare. Therefore, it was not a joke. Now, T-Slay, it's not that. It's that things will never go back to normal, most likely, after this fucktard, or it'll at least take decades to repair everything he fucked up. Check another source for what, unknown trader? What I do wrong? Pause depositions because Donald Trump don't want to be deposed under oath. Wise up, people. Yeah, no doubt. I have private health insurance. Well, that's good, Linda, but you're not the only person. Let me see where Linda's at with this. Yeah, you're not the only person that exists. I know you guys, that's the way you think. If it doesn't affect you, who gives a shit? A lot of people don't think that way. I don't want to see old people who can't afford health insurance get kicked off their health insurance. I don't want to see veterans be hurt by any of these policies. I don't want to see children be hurt by these policies, whether it's because food stamps got cut. It ain't their fucking fault their parents don't make enough money. They just want to fucking eat. You know, I don't want to see disabled people who can't take care of themselves lose any income they have coming in from the government and not be able to feed themselves or keep a roof over their heads. The difference between us and you guys is we actually give a shit about other people. I told you there's a saying that a liberal will feed 1,000 people just to make sure not even one goes hungry, whereas a conservative will starve 1,000 people to make sure that just one person who doesn't deserve to eat gets to eat. That's how you guys are. Okay, now we have a slow chat. There's not many people here, so I want to focus on this. I'm not going to let you get away with it. I want you to tell me how you and this other guy who said, what did he say? Let me see. Neither party. The right wants to see it. They're doing everything in their power to make it happen. Somebody said the damage Biden has done to this country is insurmountable. So Linda Wade and that person, I just want you to tell me what damage Biden did. I'm serious. I want you to tell me what damage. Originally, it was JK. Yep. Mitt Romney. Oh, there's that comment. Yeah. No, it's the ACA. It's the Affordable Care Act. But a lot of them don't know that Obamacare and ACA are the same thing. Yes, you fucking do. You don't care about any of those people. Yes, I do. I pay my taxes. Great, Linda. So does everybody else. Do you want extra credit for that? I hope you're feeling okay, Tia. These fucking idiots, one only, his life changed better. It's Donald Trump and his fucking family and the parasites surrounding him, the fucking vampires. It's true. So anyway, No, they can't. They can't, unknown trader. I want you guys to tell me, all right, what damage did Biden do to the country? I want to have the conversation. Yeah, tyrant, thanks, I guess. Then why did we send billions to Ukraine and open the border if you care so much about our people? You're gaslighting. First of all, you don't know what we sent to Ukraine. It was about $80 billion, and 80% of that was used military equipment. 20% was cash. You don't even know that. You still think Obama gave Iran pallets full of our fucking cash. You know, you guys don't know anything about this stuff. And why not support Ukraine? I don't get it. Russia is our enemy, always was, and Ukraine is fighting Russia. We're helping them. Do you want to bring up the billions that are currently being sent to Israel, or no, because you're okay with that? You don't like Ukraine, but you like Israel. How are you going to bring up one without the other just out of fucking curiosity? I told you there's a specific thing I'm going to address now. And I'm the millions of comments. It's an exaggeration, of course, but dozens, hundreds of comments I've answered on this show. Yeah, I'm not addressing any of them. Yep, you're right. I'm asking you guys again. Nobody's answering. What did Biden do? Biden cut energy, oil, day one, 20 million illegal immigrants, cut freedom of speech through big tech. Okay. So let me show you something. You want to see something that's going to blow your fucking mind? Did Joe Biden, wait, I got to ask it a different way. Was there record amounts of oil being produced under Joe Biden's administration despite the closing of the Keystone Pipeline?
Yes, the United States produced record amounts of crude oil under President Joe Biden's administration, reaching all-time highs in 2023 and surpassing them again in 2024, despite the cancellation of the Keystone XL pipeline project. Key oil production data. 1. Record highs. In 2023, U.S. crude oil production averaged 12.9 million barrels per day, BD, breaking the previous global record of 12.3 million BD set in 2019.
All right. So there's that. There's that. 20 million illegal immigrants is literally a fucking a number you made up. You cannot bring me a single credible source that says there was 20 million. You can't, because even when you research it, there is no answer. But they know there's about 14 million now. So again, like I said to the guy earlier, since Biden's responsible for all the illegals, what you're saying, since there's 14 million now, is that there was zero before Biden. Biden let 20 million in. And then since then, Trump has deported 6 million, which we know is not true. He's deported less than 1 million. So again, you guys literally, while I spit facts and I research things in real time and I give you answers and I, share things with you that I've researched over years. You guys just come in and say shit that means absolutely nothing and cut freedom of speech through big tech. What are you even talking about? I could play an audio clip of Trump saying we took away free speech because he decided he's going to prosecute people who burn the flag, even though the Supreme Court decided on this years ago that in itself is not illegal. It's free speech and it's protected. Donald Trump threatens to take press passes away from any journalist who asks them tough questions. He's had Stephen Colbert and Jimmy Kimmel taken off the air because they make fun of him. Okay. He threatens to take away any broadcast license of any network in which the news on those networks criticize him. I mean, he's using, just like in Project 2025, he's using the military to break up peaceful protests. The only person taking away your free speech, you dummy, is Donald Trump. Yeah, sure it is. What do you do for others? I try to do a lot, bro. What do you mean? I always help friends with money, all kinds of stuff like that. I am 6.5 years clean and sober. And through the years, I've helped many, many people with their addictions and their recovery. I've picked people up. I've taken them to detox, rehab, all types of shit. I even do addiction recovery shows on this channel. I've done hundreds of them. So now what do you do, Kay Miller? Yeah. Tell me how many, Linda. Because he didn't let them. I know you think he let them. He didn't let them. And I'll show you again, how Trump shot down the bipartisan border bill when Biden tried to do something about the border. $40 billion for Argentina. Yeah, we sent $40 billion to Argentina. He did nothing but cripple us. See, that's what I mean. These vague statements. I'm asking you, what did he do? And you guys, other than the border, there's nothing you could tell me. What did he do? Because if I give you some facts, you're going to be very, very disappointed. When I'll give you some, you won't listen. You'll ignore everything I say, but I'm going to tell you anyway. And if you want to, if you actually want to know the answer to certain questions, you will look this shit up as I'm saying it to you. Okay? I don't want you to take my word for it. I want you to look it up yourself. So in 2020, under Donald Trump, unemployment reached 14.4 fucking percent. When he left office in 2021, it was 6.6%. Right? He grossly mishandled COVID and fucked it all up. Biden took office. He had no choice but to deal with the massive inflation that every nation on earth had to deal with. Every nation on earth faced major inflation because of the pandemic. Anybody that would have been in office, including Trump, would have dealt with the same, if not more, inflation. So Joe Biden brought Trump's abysmal 6.6% unemployment rate down to 3.4%, which is a 54-year low. And it's higher now under Trump. It's over a percentage point higher, highest it's been since 2021. He brought it down to a 54-year low and kept it under 4% for the longest period of time in history, in American history. Okay. He was creating on average 180,000 jobs a month, even after all the revisions. He brought inflation down to 2.4 fucking percent. And he created more jobs than the last, 4 times more than the last 4 Republican presidents combined. So I'm asking you to tell me what damage he did that's so insurmountable, because you guys are dumb as a box of rocks. You don't even know. You say he let illegals into this country, but there's no proof he allowed them in. You act like him and Kamala went up to the border, opened a big gate and said, come on in, guys. Meanwhile, they were still deporting people under Biden, turning people away at the border and everything else. And then when he tried to do something about it, Trump stopped them. And I'll play it for you again, because you won't believe it from me, but your one and only trusted source, Fox News, and some top leading Republicans, maybe you'll believe them. Just kidding. You won't.
Public. The problem is the Republicans, not the Democrats. We know how the Democrats are going to vote. It's too many of my Republican colleagues are unwilling to vote to secure the border.
First, there was an effort to make law, which requires you to deal with Democrats. And then our nominee for president didn't seem to want us to do anything at all. That took months.
Everybody who comes on this floor and says our border's broken, we should do something about it, you're absolutely right. And unfortunately, we didn't get there. President Trump opposed a Senate bill. We couldn't find a better way forward that would get 60 votes.
It was painful to be able to watch. It got stirred up in all the presidential politics, and several of my colleagues started looking for ways after President Trump said, don't fix anything during the presidential election. It's the single biggest issue during the election. Don't resolve this.
That's on Donald Trump, Senator. Not Democrats.
Right.
There you go. So you better give Trump some of the blame for all those illegals that got in. Let me see. Biden produced more oil than any president in history. It's a fact. It's a fact. So those fucking idiots, they don't know math, why Biden has a lot of oils, because there is a lot of shipment. Part of it was for the military, because to fucking help the parasite Israel steal their taxes. All right, man. You support ICE? Okay, good. Biden changed policy, stay in Mexico and catch and release. Why is it so hard for you? Again, just completely ignore what I told you and showed you. See how you do that? Failed to fund natural disasters under his administration. No, he didn't. Trump did that. Tell me which ones he failed to fund, because every governor came out, if you're talking about North Carolina and then the other states that were hit by hurricanes and shit, they came out in 2024 and said he gave us everything he needed. He gave us his personal phone number so we can get a hold of him in case we need anything else. It was just Republicans pushing that. But Trump in 2018 or 2019, when there was horrible fucking fires in California, he refused to give them disaster aid because They're a blue state and they didn't vote for him. So his fucking people actually had to lie to him and explain to him that in Orange County, he actually won, which I don't even believe he did, but he convinced them that they voted overwhelmingly for him. So he finally released aid. So it's so funny. The shit you think about Biden is actually true about Trump. $1968 wingnut, $5. Unfortunately, the higher the unemployment, the more leverage and control they have over the working class. It's true. It's a shame, but it's true. Thank you very much for the $5. I truly appreciate you donating. I do. FEMA was stripped bare by Doge. That's another fucking thing. Yeah, absolutely. It's Trump constantly threatening not to give disaster aid to states he doesn't like, constantly. Biden beat Trump by 7 million points. What the fuck are you talking about? Cunt, shut your dirty little mouth. Yeah, he beat him by 7 million votes. Yeah. Biden never failed at finding any state that helped, that needed help. Every state that needed help, he provided that. 100%. Yeah, Flock, you know why that is? I'm going to tell you why that is. And by the way, Flock, Donald Trump has historic lows approval rates. His approval rates are in the fucking toilet as we speak and have been for months and months. Historic lows. Okay. I'll tell you why the left's approval ratings are down. Because the left, us, we don't approve of them. I'm going to tell you what I mean. See, if you look at Trump, even though Trump is doing a despicable job as president, he's making everything worse than it was under Biden. He always has some 70 or 80 or 87% approval rating amongst Republicans. Overall, it's like 35%. You know what I mean? But that's because you guys are in a cult and you will never say when your guy or your party is wrong. So if you're asked, do you approve? You just say, yes, I approve. Me, if I get a call and they say, do you approve of Democrats' job performance? I'm going to say, fuck no. And when they say why, I'm going to say because Democrats are pussies who never stand up to the fucking Republicans. So Democrats have a low approval rating, not necessarily because of the right or independence, but because the left is willing to criticize their own. The right is not. So don't forget to bring up, though, by the way, that the left is sweeping elections and flipping seats all over the entire fucking country. A Republican or a Democrat mayor just won Miami by like 10 points when Trump won it by like 20 fucking points. So there's no question that Democrats are going to wipe out the fucking Republicans in the midterms. There's no question. That's why Trump is doing everything in his power to make sure there are no midterms. So I know you think as they have low approval ratings that means something. It really doesn't, because again, they're kicking ass all over the country. Trump 32% approval. It's not 32, is it? All right, guys, listen, I got to get going. Fake numbers. No, real numbers. Did nothing but get people rich funding Ukraine with weapons. No peace attempt. Funding Ukraine with weapons. So how did people get rich? How did they get people rich if they were funding with weapons? People were weapon rich? Were they selling them like on eBay and stuff like that? You see how you're stupid and you don't know it? All right, guys, listen. I'm going to go. Flock, what, you don't believe me? Do you not know that, Flock? Jesus Christ. Flock, we flipped 21% of seats 2 months ago, you twit. Yeah, you fucking dummy. He probably thinks it means actual seats, like they're taking them and flipping them over. All right, guys. I love you all. I appreciate you. Well, I hate you, MAGA. Don't let me get that twisted. The rest of you, I love. Do me a favor. Please hit the like and subscribe. It's very, very important. And I need 15 more subs before the end of this stream, but I don't think it's going to happen. But let's try. Let's see what you guys could do for me. I'd appreciate it. I need 14 more, guys. Can we make that happen? Didn't find whose Coke it was, even though he knew. Oh, he knew? Well, how do you know he knew if he says he didn't know? Whose Coke do you think it was? You think Joe Biden's snorting Coke? Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah, because there's not tons of people that work in the White House that might have had Coke there. Gotcha. It's probably Don Jr.'s from when he was in there. Fucking guy's a fucking full-blown cocaine addict. Yeah, there you go. I'm with you, Senor Iron One. Come on, guys. A few more subs. Let's go. 3 more at least. Let's do 3 more. Crackhead Hunter. Okay. So he had a crack problem. He doesn't anymore. And he's 1,000 times more successful legitimately than you will ever be if you live to be 500 years old. Plus, Don Jr. is a complete and total cocaine addict. So it's funny that you'll mention one and not the other. Auto pen. Oh, let's talk about that before I go. So Joe Biden gave full pardons to only 80 people, 80 full pardons. Never once has he said it was done with AutoPen and he didn't know who he pardoned. Never. This is literally something you say based only on Trump saying it. Because again, you guys don't know anything. You're just programmed like robots. Trump, though, he pardoned 1,600 people in one day. So I'm assuming that even though it takes him about 3 minutes to sign his dumbass fucking name, you believe he signed all 1,600 individually in one day. Also, Trump said on 60 Minutes months ago when asked about the CEO of Binance, CZ, and why he was pardoned, Trump said, "You ready? I don't know who the guy is. I know nothing about it." So that's what you call an auto pen situation. Yeah, he did. He admitted to pardoning someone he didn't know. Yeah, so good job. Hey, Jersey girl, thanks for stopping by. I'm about to end it, actually. But guys, thanks for everything. Hit like and subscribe if you can, and I'll see you next time. Peace.